more. Today we get to find out more about the chef who will be representing Mississippi in the Great American Seafood Cook-Off. That's Mr. Chef Cooper Miller. Hey, Chef.
Hey, Rebecca. How you doing today?
I am doing well. I hope you're feeling better. You were a little under the weather. Chefs can't get under the weather. You guys aren't allowed.
No, that's not. I worked all week with it, and of course, yelling for hands and screaming in the kitchen all night didn't make my voice sound any better. So bear with me today, but I'm definitely sounding better than I did yesterday.
Well, we're wishing you well, and we're also wishing you luck. So you will be representing Mississippi in the Great American Seafood Cook-Off. Tell us about, I guess, the competition or the runoff or whatever you had to do to make it to that point.
Yeah, well, so it's kind of a funny story. I was getting ready one morning in my bathroom while my wife was getting ready in her bathroom. She screams at me and she says, "Hey, you ever heard of the Mississippi Seafood Cook-Off?" And I said, "No." She said, "Well, I just entered you, so be looking for an email." And I said, "All right." And sure enough, Monday morning they reached out to me and accepted it, and we got to go down to Gulfport to a really cool food festival right on the beach and compete against some great chefs. Most of them were from the Gulf Coast. I was about the only outsider at the time, but went down there and put our best foot forward and messed around and won the thing.
You bring up a good point because your restaurant, Fort Lift, is there in Tupelo. Not that Tupelo can't have fine seafood and delicious dishes, but you would think that the chefs who maybe are right there on the Mississippi Gulf Coast would have maybe a slightly upper hand when it comes to seafood cooking, but that just shows that there can be great chefs anywhere. What did you cook?
Yeah, and then to your first point, that was a big thing for me was showing people that we take our seafood program real serious in Tupelo. We bring in fresh fish every other day and just kind of wanted to break that stereotype of you can only get good seafood on the coast. Like you said, there's a lot of people out there doing really good seafood that aren't located on the coast. But to your second question, we did a potato and chorizo crusted snapper over a fresh corn puree with heirloom tomato pico and a roasted jalapeno sauce. Kind of a play on fish tacos, but, churched up a little bit, if you will.
I like it. Was there just one round of it, Chef, or did y'all have like multiple dishes, or was it kind of, this is it or go home?
It was a single round. We had 50 minutes, and we had to prepare 4 dishes, 3 for judging and 1 for pictures. So, yeah, it was really the first time competition I've ever done. I've done a bunch of competitions before, but never one where they gave you a set amount of time and you had to have it done. And like a madman, I didn't take any sous chefs or any help with me. Everybody else had sous chefs and help, and I went down there solo and did it all by myself. My wife helped me out a good bit. But
well, if they're looking over at SuperTalk TV, I've got the picture of you up with your crown. Is this the first competition you won that they gave you a crown when you left?
I've won one more. I was crowned the king of sausage in Atlanta one year. We used to do a fun sausage fest at a local brewery where chefs would go in there and make up their own sausage. But outside of that, this is the only crown I've gotten besides my Sausage King crown.
If you want to open up another restaurant, King of Sausage and Seafood rings pretty well. If you want to throw that in there in the ring for being the name of your next place, which I think would be a lot of fun. It would get a lot of folks in who doesn't like a good sausage and seafood combination.
Yeah, here you go.
There you go. But you go next. Okay, so now you're representing Mississippi. You're headed to the Great American Seafood Cook-Off, Chef Miller. Where will that take place?
That's going to be in New Orleans on August the 6th.
So that's coming up. Are you going to take a sous chef with you this time?
I'm trying to. Once again, it's tough to close that restaurant for a weekend, but my wife proved herself and kind of earned her stripes last time. So if we're not able to take anybody, we'll just take her along with us again.
Well, this was all her grand idea from the beginning, so she might as well get to stand on the stage or in the kitchen with you as you go for it. Do you know what you'll be cooking?
I don't, unfortunately. I've been kind of working on it, throwing some ideas around. I think I have to have it nailed out by the end of this month, and got a long week or two of R&D and practice, kind of getting ready for this thing. I've got a pretty good idea of what I want to do, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet.
I can understand that. I know all the other competitors are listening to good things, so we wouldn't want to give them any other, step in the right direction of what you may bring to New Orleans. I'm sure there will be a Mississippi flair for sure. Let's talk about that restaurant that you've got there in Tupelo, Forklift. How long have you guys been open, and what kind of cuisine do you serve?
The restaurant's been there about 6 years. I took it over about 4 years ago. And it's a cool little neighborhood place, kind of off the beaten path in a little neighborhood right there. But, we say it's elevated Southern. We try to treat it kind of like a neighborhood pub. We want everyone to be able to come in anytime and get what they're looking for. We carry everything from, patty melts and tacos for casual stuff, but then we bring in fresh fish every day. We've got mussels, grilled oysters. We dry age our steaks in-house. We try to be a little bit of everything for everyone so that, anyone can come in and enjoy us anytime.
I saw I think it was your Facebook, it said craft cocktails and crafted Southern food. You had me at craft cocktails. So do y'all have any specialties in that department?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Bourbon is our specialty. I don't know if this is proven or not, but I would say we have one of the best bourbon selections in the state. About 8 shelves behind our bar. Just unique stuff. We constantly do old fashions and things of the day, different flavors. We feature a break-even bottle, which is kind of cool in our bourbon, where we just charge what we pay for it. So that way you can come in and try a expensive bottle of bourbon and only pay $4 or $5 an ounce, which, normally you'd be charging $20 or $30 for those pours. And just trying to make things like that approachable and accessible for everyone.
And give them an opportunity to come in and also try some good food and support a local business. What got you into cooking, Chef Miller?
Well, I started doing it in college just to pay the bills. I didn't really know what I was going to do. And then messed around and ended up being executive chef of the Hotel Chester there in downtown Starkville. And when I got that job, it became very obvious to me that I had no idea what I was doing. And needed to get some more training. So once again, my wife stepped in and applied me to every culinary school in the country. Ended up choosing Le Cordon Bleu over in Atlanta. Went over there, graduated top of my class in 2007, and then stayed around Atlanta for about a decade, honing my craft, working with some really good chefs and all over there. And then about 5 years ago, had a little girl and decided to move back home to have her be close around family. And in the process, found this beautiful little restaurant that's on the same block that I live on. It was very convenient having your business and your home on one little block here in Tupelo.
Where is it, Chef, if we're not familiar with maybe Tupelo's location, but we're planning a visit to or through, where do we find you?
Yeah, main thoroughfare through Tupelo is called Gloucester Street. If you're on Gloucester and you take West Jackson going out towards the airport, we're right there on the left, right as you get off Gloucester.
Is there a story behind the name Forklift? I know you didn't name the restaurant. You got it later, but that's an interesting name.
It is. And I think there was something to, building the new building, the forklift as a, building device, but then also being a, lifting the fork to eat kind of deal. I'm not 100% that's what it came from, but I think that's what it was.
Well, I like it, and I think you should hug your wife. It sounds like she's leading and steering you in the right directions in life, and you will be headed to New Orleans. You said August the 6th?
Yes, ma'am, August the 6th.
And we will be rooting you on, Chef Miller. Until then, they can find you on all the socials at Forklift, I think. Is it just Forklift?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Well, I appreciate your time, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
There you go. You can get good seafood no matter where you are in Mississippi. It comes in daily everywhere from the Mississippi Gulf Coast all the way to Tupelo and beyond. Good luck to him. I can't wait to hear what he cooks. Hopefully he'll walk away as Seafood King, but he already has 2 crowns right now he has to rotate for King Sausage and King Seafood. I love that. I think that's great. All righty, we're sticking in that area. We're headed next to the mayor of Fulton coming up here on